From 1,250 pupils who took part in the preliminary round in March, it was down to 2 boys from Anglo-Chinese Primary School who went head-to-head at the end of the grand finals of the inaugural RHB and the Straits Times National Spelling Championship for the top spot as Singapore's champion speller.
Spell Gesundheit.
Gesundheit.
Correct.
G-S-U-N-D-H-E-I-T. Gesundheit.
That is incorrect. The other contestant will now attempt to spell the word
Gesundheit. G-E-S-U-N-D-H-E-I-T. Gesundheit.
That is correct. Stay at the microphone. Spell Jodhpurs.
Jodhpurs. J-O-D-H-P-U-R-S. Jodhpurs.
That is correct. And we, ladies and gentlemen, we now have our champion speller.
At the end of the grand finals of the Spelling Championship, Jordan Foo was crowned as Singapore's champion speller after beating his schoolmate Shaughn Chan and walked away with the top prize of $5,000. Jordan had another boy from ACS, runner-up in last year's competition, Ethan Tan, to thank for the winning word, Jodhpurs.
I train a lot, so I'm very happy to win. But also I was rather surprised because some of the words were pretty hard. I thought I got them wrong, but luckily I didn't. But I also like to thank Ethan Tan, last year's runner-up, because he was actually the one who taught me how to spell the word Jodhpurs, which was my winning word. So I really like to thank him.
So did you have any strategy going into this?
Well, I tried to spell slower than usual because if I spell too fast and I tripped on a word, I'll be out. But also I tried not to stand too near to the microphone. Otherwise, if I'm trying to spell it under my breath and it gets picked up by the microphone, it'll be recognized, so that won't be good. So I stood a bit further away.
29 of the nation's top spellers were gathered at the Raffles City Convention Centre on Saturday for the grand finals of the inaugural RHB and the Straits Times National Spelling Championship. Now the Primary 4 to Primary 6 students battled it out on stage in front of family and friends, and guest of honour, Minister of State for Community Development, Youth and Sports, Madam Halimah Yacob. Madam Halimah was heartened by the performance of the spellers, but spoke on the impact of the digital age on spelling.
These platforms even celebrate creative misspelling. It's as though the worse you spell, the cooler you are. GR8 is meant to spell great. Forever is represented by the alphanumeric 4 EVA. Thank you has been reduced to THNX. Spellers in this competition buck that trend. They've all worked so hard to make it to the stage, studying dictionaries and word lists and drilling themselves. That impressive vocabulary and attention to accuracy tells us they are invested in mastering the language, not just mashing it up.
Looking at the kids in the final, it was very, very exciting, and obviously they were very, very competitive as well, looking at the level of acceptance. I'm sure, if this competition will continue in the next few years.
Well, I found it good fun. The kids obviously had, practiced hard. They came minded to compete. Each of them had their own little technique. I saw some of them writing on their palms. The winner, Jordan, seemed to have a way of figuring out the words in his mind, and then he articulated it very carefully and in a considered way. So I was glad to see they were really enthused and engaged by the whole thing, and I think they enjoyed themselves.
So what tips does Singapore's champion speller have for those who are thinking of taking part in a spelling competition?
Firstly, don't spell too fast. If you trip out on a word, you're doomed. But also, I would say try try to read the dictionary because it may be a bit too long. You can if you have enough time, but if you really don't try to squeeze it in because your words will get stuck and mess it up. So I would say use the list from the internet because those are really good. They have all sorts of strange and weird words which I've really never heard about.
The first runner-up, Shaughn Chan, won $3,000, while the second runner-up, Joshua Liao, won $1,000. The top zonal winners from each zone also walked away with $500 cash and $200 worth of book vouchers.